And away we go. Right, I think we're now live. Or we should be. Hey, afternoon. I think that will do. Right, we'll try again. Hey, Jim James. Doji dude. Let's see what the market brings us today, shall we? Right now, nothing, but there's time yet. Let's have a look at the filters. What filters have I got on here? 25k, that's about right. But yeah, okay. So the filters are right. Just nothing doing. We took a look at microalgo. IPO yesterday went absolutely mental yesterday, wrecked a whole bunch of accounts with the volatility. But hey, look, if you're not careful, it can do that. Hey, Joby, we've not seen you for a while. So let's have a look. What have we got here? IMMX. Ooh, interesting. Why is that popping up? MX Biopharma. Okay, so next seller, Inc. in licenses, N6C201 BCMA targeted next generation therapy demonstrating high complete response rate in heavily pretreated multiple myeloma and AL amyloidosis. Complete responses. MX Biopharma licenses. Showing 100% complete responses in AL amyloidosis and 71% response rate in pre-treated multiple myeloma. Oh, That's why that's moving up. Key data here. Yeah, it's a 7 million float. Needs to stay above $2 for me to be interested, but I can put that on the watch list. Well, it's not the worst situation I found myself in and got out of it there, J-Spec. But it only takes one stock. When you get one move over lunch, fantastic. And CPL taking off. This trying to go green. Trying to get above $2. Have a look. All right, now let's have a look at the top gap. What is the chart pattern something we want to be following? Is there enough volume for it to be of interest? That's kind of what we need to be looking at. Remember today, guys, FOMC meeting at 2 p.m. The data should be dropping shortly after that, and the conference at 2:30. So the rate hike data is what I'm talking about. But we should get a market movement one way or the other. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think Powell's rate hike is going to be? What's the FOMC going to decide? Is it going to be 50 base points? Is it going to be 70 base points? Or you know, what kind of rate hike are we looking at? And on the back of that, also, if we're looking at a rate hike, how's the market going to react? I've not set my scanners to under $2, no, Alistair. It's all above $2. I've not got anything on my scanners below $2, but I did have it on my watch list, NCPL. So no, I haven't set my scanners to less than $2. Still got the $2 filter in there. That's why you're not seeing anything. Good afternoon to you as well. I mean, I could be looking at some stuff like Velon, which is a penny stock right now. It's moved up quite well, 82 cents. This is currently 223% up on the day. It's moved up from kind of 25 cents or whatever it was. Not really what I tried, but if you like these low price stocks, this is the top mover, top gapper at the moment on the day. So that's Valen Pharmaceutical. Top of the morning, Klaatu. Let me just check the Bitcoin is trying to get over 18 as it stands right now. Interesting. Bitcoin is currently 17,898, so it's tapping that, you know, approaching that 18,000 barrier. We've got Ethereum over 1,300 bucks, so it's at 1330s. We've got Cardano, still no underperforming for me, 31 cents, XRP 39 cents. I'm just going to get rid of that because it's using a bit too much processing power. There we go. That was what was doing it. Yeah, I was green yesterday, Farron. We got one stock that took us green. We got $17,000 out of that one stock, which took us green later in the day. I'm good. I'm happy because the dog's well. He's been very clingy yesterday and today in particular. and wanting lots of cuddles and spoiling. So, and she's got a babysitter for while I'm away as well. I've got a house sitter. And that's another reason why I don't trade those penny stocks there, J-Spec. Would have done better if I, not taken that early trade. I still stand by my decision to take that early trade. It's just I shouldn't have gone for the re-entry. That's the problem with that early trade. If I got in when I tried to get in the first instance, then I would have made a small fortune. So I was right with the idea, wrong with the execution. S&P 500 or the SPY, that's down today. That's currently slightly down on the day. The question is, will it be a bullish day or a bearish day today? Because it kind of, if we look at the SPY here, we look at this on the 15, you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's pretty flat on the day. If we zoom out a little bit, it's only slightly up on where it closed on Monday. So we did get CPI data out. It spiked up and pretty much retraced the whole thing. So we've kind of finished pretty much where we were when we got the FOMC with the CPI data yesterday. That's the S&P 500. That's the general markets as such. If you look at the NASDAQ, that's very similar pattern as well. So we're kind of flat at the moment on the day. The question is, what will the rate hike do? Let me know your thoughts. Absolutely, Alistair, I'm ready for it. Lots of enjoying myself. Sun, alcohol, food that's not good for my health, but tastes absolutely wonderful, and a loving woman. Yeah, that's all going to be happening this time next week. Well, actually, this time next week, what are we, Thursday? Yeah, it will be. So this time next week, I'll be there. I'm going to get rid of that because it's not doing anything. I'm going to put MLGO. So for those of you that weren't trading this yesterday, I'll put this on the 15 so you can see it. So this is what happened yesterday with this. It's first day's trading, and I didn't trade this, and I'm glad I didn't because it was mental. It was absolutely mental. Put it on the 5 minute, or 2 minute even, and zoom in. You can be able to see what's going on here. So this started off pre-market. It launched pre-market, and whilst it moved up, kind of bottom of the hour, pulled back, it then moved up, halted, carried on. We saw this. It was called out on this chat. It was called out by one of you guys on this chat. I wasn't watching this. It's actually a guy there, Alistair, the dog sitter guy. Well, ish. I'll be away for 2 weeks. I'm just taking 2 weeks. So anyway, this one was micro algo. It moved up, had a noose halt here, about 1/4 hour, and then it just took off, and it went all the way up to over $70. It peaked at 71.50, and then came down hard, and it wrecked a whole bunch of accounts. Now I'm laughing, but I shouldn't do, because this is cruel. Because this is why when it starts getting extended, you wait for the pullback. You don't try and jump in and chase the momentum. This is you get FOMO is a real thing. So FOMO, fear of missing out, it's a genuine emotion that you will suffer from as a trader. I like to think I'm in check with my emotions, and I'm actually good at keeping them in check, whether I'm in a losing position or whether there's something moving that I'm not in, or whatever it is. But even I suffer from FOMO from time to time. And this one was one of those that I looked at. I tried to get in once or twice, and I'm glad it didn't get filled because it just went without me a couple of times. But the thing is here, once it starts gapping down and then moving up, it's always a bit of a worry. But when it's so far extended up to the top, you've got to wait for that pullback. And if you wait for that pullback, you don't get wrecked because you get it's a move up there and to a halt, and it gaps down. So this one here, for example, it halted at 71.50, and this next candle resumed at $55. So that's all. What's that? $19 drop. It's huge. If you've got 1,000 shares, that's $19,000. You're knackered. It could this kind of moves could blow up your account. And not just that, it halted again and again and again, and then when it gapped down here, so it halted on this one. So it would have closed at 40.28 was the halt, and it resumed. Although it did bounce a little up a little bit on resumption, it resumed at $31. So another $9 drop. So $9 drop there, another $9 drop here. Just that kind of movement will wreck your account. So just be careful when you're trading these big movers, that you wait for the opportunity, you wait for the setup before you get in. It would have wrecked a whole bunch of accounts this yesterday as a result of that. People just chasing momentum and getting wrecked on the back of not waiting for the entry. Yeah, it was an absolute Alain Bastard. I don't have the hearing on full blast. I don't get that. I don't understand. But anyway, that being said, this time next week, Rodders, absolutely. So let's look at what's moving, shall we? Let's. We're not taking any trades yet. We did look at trading this when it started to move back up here, because I looked at it as it was moving up before I could trade it. Then it started to move up here, and I didn't take a trade, and I'm okay with that. It's consolidating, so I've not traded anything as yet. Let's have a look at Keimer. Let's have a look at all the gappers. Let's have a look at the charts. Let's have a look at all the charts to see what's moving, and if it's... Get rid of all these lines. I've obviously traded this before. So why is Keimer Therapeutics... Chimera? Isn't that... Right, okay, I'm with you now, Alistair. Now I'm with you. Watch that he doesn't have the heating on full blast. Hey, look, if he has the heating on full blast and the puppy's fine, that's all that matters. I can pay for the heating. It's not like I'm short of a bob or two. Yes, I know it's expensive, but look, that's fine. Chimera surges 30% as Sanofi plans an advanced drug after promising data in skin disorders. Right, okay. So Chimera announces positive results from phase 1 clinical trial evaluating KT-474 in patients with HS and AD, and Sanofi's decision to advance KT-474 into phase 2 clinical trials. So that's clinical trial data. Chimera, it's a 44 million float, 16% shorted, so it does have some short interest. It does look to me like it's one that's potentially worth having on the watch list, so that's where I'm going to put it. I'll pop it on here. So this is how I build my watch list each day. So you know, watching me in action building out my watch list. So my watch list is fluid across the day, just so you know. But pre-market, I tend to look at the gappers, pre-market, why they're gapping up, Have they got volume? Is there a reason? What kind of float this is? Is it heavily shorted? Is this gap likely to impact the shorts and force them to cover on the open? There's a lot of different things that I'm looking for here. So let's have a look at RNA. So I'll put Chimera on watch. RNA. Let's have a look. Why is Avidity Bioscience RNA is Avidity Bioscience? So RNA. So Avidity announces AOC 1001 phase 1 and 2 marina data data demonstrating successful targeted delivery of RNA muscle something or other. So another, right, okay, RNA is going on watch. It's another clinical trial results. It's not what I would say going parabolic, but it's moved up quite a bit, 35%, and it's kind of hovering around the VWAP around $15. So I'll put that on watch as well. RNA, what's the float size on RNA? This is another reasonable size float. So this is similar sized float as Chimera. We're looking at 45 million in the float, 7 of which is shorted. So we're looking at 15% short interest. You know, it's not to be sneezed at. There's still I think 16% was Chimera. This is 15%. So there is shorts on this that potentially could get squeezed if it continues to move up. So cold is a ProShares ETF around gas, as you can see. Natural gas. You've got Boyle and cold are both ETFs around natural gas. Now Boyle is the long ETF. Cold is the short ETF. So if the price of natural gas is going down, then cold will go up. The price of cold will go up. If the price of natural gas is going up, then Boyle will go up. So that's Alex. If you didn't know that, I'm sure you did, but if you did, for anyone that didn't, the ETFs track the price of natural gas. Okay, so those are the 3 that I've got on the watch list today. They're all above 30% up on the day so far. I'm not put anything else on the watch list as yet. But we're just seeing I can't, there's no volume there. I'll take a look at the yeah, I was going to take a look at the chart to see if it's got to move, but there's no volume. I can't trade that. And then we have Nuvelis. This is the one I traded yesterday. If you look at the 15, you'll see this moved up pre-market. I called this out in the early part of the stream yesterday. We looked at it. It just kind of consolidated into the open, sold off. Then we got a double bottom. If you look at this on the 5-minute, you can look at it on anything kind of 1, 2, or 5-minute. You'll see the double bottom here. As this, so this was yesterday's pre-market. It moved up, and you got the double bottom. So I finished the streaming here. We've got this double bottom here on the pretty much on the red-green line from the previous day, and then this moved up and just carried on going. It was a $5.50 move from 11.25, which was the closing price the previous day. So it was about 11.25. It bounced on that twice, so a double bottom, moved up. I got in here on this move, on this candle here, and was able to get the large part of the move. Good entry here. So if you're watching the double bottom, a good entry here would have been kind of 12.25. So you've got this 12.20, 12.25 move up. Now it would have pulled back. You've had to have had, you know, a bit of conviction on the double bottom breakout. But as soon as it broke the VWAP, it was bullish. It tested the VWAP as support a couple of times and then moved up. So all the way up to over $16. So that was a relatively good trade. I would caveat one thing though: the spreads were volatile. So whilst the ask was steadily moving up, the bid was fluctuating, and it was anywhere between kind of a couple of cents on the spreads, and at one stage 47 cents, I think it was. So that was something that you had to be prepared to take into account. But as long as the ask was continually moving up, I was okay with it. The bid was just following it, but it was fluctuating. Well, Alistair, if you go into that party, by the way, make sure you take a good bottle of wine and just leave it in the wine rack. That's common courtesy, you know. So we just did look at Valen. This is a small price one, Mike. Low price penny stock, moving up. It's consolidating at the moment, but it's moved up over 200% today, 210, 220% across the course of the day. Got rejected at the whole dollar. Now, what I would say is that remember the quarter, half, and whole dollar levels, particularly at this level, are very big psychological levels in these low float, low price stocks. Big psychological levels. Now, when you're talking penny stocks, i.e. sub $1, the 10-cent levels are also quite significant as well. So 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. But even more so is the quarter, half, and whole dollars. BIMI moving up. BIMI, which is BIMI International. Popped up to over $3. Now back down underneath the VWAP. So it's been rejected by the VWAP 3 times now. So probably not looking very bullish at this moment in time. It's on the short sale restrictions list as well. So you're not really going to get an easy ride if you're trying to short it either. So just bear that in mind. Is there anything that you're looking at that you want me to put up on the chart, pull up on the screen, and take a look at for you? Let me know if there's something, if there's a ticker or a stock that you want me to take a look at, and just pass, again, not financial advice, but pass my opinion over it. I'm happy to do exactly that. Hey, Phil. Hey, Steve. Morning to you as well. So that's not really something I can trade right now. But it's the 4th biggest gapper above $2. T-Con. So this is Tracon Pharmaceutical moving up big. Let me take a look at the catalyst, if there is one. Of course, sometimes they move up on sector strength, or just on a artificial pump. Right, Tracon Pharmaceuticals. So Tracon Pharmaceuticals have announced results based on double-digit objective response rate in each cohort from the ongoing Envarsarc phase 2 pivotal trial. That's why that's moving up. Again, we're getting quite a lot of volatility in the bioscience sector at the moment, so you're going to see quite a few moving up. 15 million float, negligible short interest, less than a percentage in there. So this is now 158. It's below my floor, so I'm not trading this. If it gets over kind of 250, then it could be of interest. It needs a bit more volume to do that. Relatively speaking, it could be it could be of interest. Well, it's not just the Spanish ones. I've been enjoying the Italian ones of late, Alistair. Although I did have a really nice last week. Was it on Friday? On Friday, I went out and bought a nice. Well, I say a nice. It was actually a couple of lovely bottles of Beaujolais. They were really nice. And I don't care how good the wine is, it still tastes better through the aerator. Put that on mute. And so it's breaking highs now, 170. So those clinical trials doing well. So let's try Tracon Pharmaceutical. If you like these lower price stocks under $2, we've taken a look. Not financial advice. It's not a stock pick. It's I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a fat guy on the internet. Just remember that. It's just my opinion. I don't even know what I'm doing. So don't follow me. Do not follow me blindly. Where would Tesla have to fall for me to go long? That's a good question. Let's have a look at Tesla right now, because it's in dire straits, and I'm not sure I would go long on Tesla right now. I mean, Tesla was overpriced for a long time, but there's turmoil in Tesla because of Twitter. There's now talk of Elon leveraging more of his shares, or even leveraging his Tesla shares to fund other activities at Twitter and you know, cover some of the debt at Twitter. So as long as Elon's mind is distracted and he's more involved with Twitter than he is with Tesla, then a lot of people are just going to get turned off on Tesla. In reality, Tesla is not the company from an EV manufacturer. It's not the company that's going to be top of the pile for very much longer. You've got some big players that are used to making cars and do it very, very well, that are coming up in the rearview mirror, pun intended, and probably will overtake very, very shortly. So I would need, if I'm going to go long on Tesla, I'd need to look at this on the daily, chart, and see a sustained reversal. I'm not seeing that. We're breaking lows again here. So right now, I wouldn't be long on Tesla until we see some kind of reversal on the daily. Maybe a full engulfing candle on the daily. We got one here, but it didn't sustain. So maybe 2 or 3 green candles in a row on the daily. We got 3 up candles there, but that didn't sustain either. So yeah, I might have gone long here for the break of 220, but right now it's just looking so weak, and it's not like it's selling off in line with the market either. This is selling off away from the market. The market's rallied and Tesla's been doing its own thing. But Tesla's looking very weak at the moment, breaking lows again. So right now I would have, maybe look for support at 150, the psychological level. Maybe look for support at 150, potentially. And if we see signs of reversal, signs of a bounce at 150, I might look for a swing, but I would have a very tight stop. I wouldn't let it break 150. If you look for potential signs of a bounce at 150, then I wouldn't let it. If it broke below 150, I can see it going into free fall and continuing down. So that's just my thoughts on Tesla. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own thing. As always, do your own due diligence. Look at the fundamentals. Tesla, from a fundamental point of view, if you look at all the analyst reports, Tesla, a lot of them have been shorting it for a long time because it's been overweight for so long. It's been higher priced than what the fundamentals can justify. But it's defied the critics. It's defied the the analysts that have been short on Tesla or bearish on Tesla have just been getting burnt time after time after time. Over the last couple of years in particular, it was like Elon could do no wrong. Well, now he's doing wrong, particularly with Twitter, and he's doing it on the open public forum, and people are not taking kindly to it. And that's impacting, whilst that's specifically to do with Twitter, it's impacting the Tesla stock price as well. Just my opinion, not financial advice. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been looking at. 150, look for potential bounce at 150, but I certainly wouldn't take it anything less. Let's map out some key areas on these lines, shall we? So we've got a key level here at 16 bucks. Got key level, key support level here, 1450-ish. So that's on that one. Okay, so those are key levels there. Let's have a look at on the daily. Let's see if we've got any key levels up here. 17, 20, 17, yeah. Well, you're looking at the whole dollar really. 17 bucks. It's a key level. Yeah, so put that there as you would expect it to be. Okay, let's have a look at Chimera. Map out some key levels here, shall we? 37.27, 38.30. Nah, that's not. Can't put that. A little bit of a one transaction up there. That's no. I can't put that as the level. So we're looking at 37.30. That's the key level. Getting $34 key level. 32.50. Let's look at it on the daily. Look at it on 60 on the daily. We're coming down. If we're breaking $32, it's probably not going to be worth going long on, but it's on short sale restrictions. So let's look at it on the daily. What's the key levels up here? So yeah, key levels up here already. 35.25. It's a key level. So just mapping out key levels to watch out for. And I'm going to map out these key levels on this one right now. So I don't have no point in doing it on the daily because that's what you've got there. So probably look at this on the 5-minute. And again, you can't map that out there. So let's look at key levels over the last while. Currently 619 is the high of day. Up 620. Support level down here at 510. Up 5. Key level there, 507, but that's a $5 level. Support level, we've got key levels there at 525. Quarter, half, and whole dollars, as I keep saying. Key level at 550. 590's proving a little bit significant as well, so I'll put a level there. So you've got resistance here, you've got resistance here, resistance here, and here, and here, and here. So that's 590's key levels. And I would advise, whilst it can start to get a bit messy, so then you just clear it out and start again. But I would advise you spend a little bit of time pre-market marking out these key areas on multiple time frames. Switch between time frames on your chart, map out the key areas. It will help you with your technical analysis, and it will help you with picking out areas of support and resistance for entries and exits, etc. Well, we've got 45 minutes to the, well, just over 45 minutes to the bell. This has moved up. Probably not the kind of level I want to see it, but again, this one's also moved up. Kind of trading between a range now. 1530, 1535, 1540. Yeah, it's just ranging across that $0.25. The students, the people that are in the on the course yet, so user, that's I give my hot button scripts and hotkey scripts to if you've signed up to Day Trade with Tony, you get that as part of. You get entry to the Discord, and you get all my my Dash Trader configs as well. I think I've got some TWS configs and Sterling Trader configs as well, but it's mostly Dash Trader configs that I've put out there. So yeah, if you're a Day Trade with Tony student, or you're in the Day Trade with Tony community on the Discord, then yeah, you can get access to that class too. What's a hot button and a hot button script? So a hot button is basically, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see some of my hot buttons. It's a little button that I can just click on the mouse, and it will it will follow a script that I've input into the system. So I've got a hot button that will buy 500 shares at the ask and set a 15% stop, a 50 cent stop loss. Or I've got a script that will just put a 10 cent trailing stop loss from where the current price actually is. I've got all kinds of scripts on my hotkeys and my hot buttons. So hot buttons are basically, oh, no problem. Cheers, Clatty. Hot buttons are basically buttons on the montage where you can actually trade using your mouse, just pressing buttons. Hot keys are keys on the keyboard that you press, that either on their own or in conjunction with another key that give you an execute a script for you. So the script could be, for example, it could be buy X amount of shares at a price plus 5 cents, or set an order for X amount of shares at whatever price, and it can also then set a trigger order on the basis when that order is executed. It'll put a stop order in place, or it'll set a trigger order when that's executed. You can put a range order in place, whatever your script you want it to do. That's one of the advantages of trading with a good platform like a Dash Trader or Sterling Trader or TC2000 or something, is that you can actually put those scripts in place, and it means you can execute multiple tasks with the click of a single button. Don, I'm not going to be off after this. Well, I might be off after this week. I probably will be. I'll probably do a live stream on Monday and possibly even Tuesday next week. I might not be trading. That's the difference. So the idea is that I want to hit my goal and then just lock up the montage for the rest of the year. Now, once I've hit my goal, I will be looking to set 2023 goals, which I won't be starting until the second week of January. So everybody's shorting Tesla that's got sense there, Alex. It's just the fanboys that are long on Tesla at the moment. The hodl mentality, the same people that were in on hodling Bed Bath & Beyond when Aaron decided to rug pull everybody. Same guys that are still fanboying GME and AMC. I mean, they're not even news anymore, and there's still YouTubers out there that are built the following on GameStop and AMC, and as such, they don't want to lose that following, so they're still talking about it, and it's a non-event right now. There's the mother of all short squeezes on AMC, for example. It's not going to happen. Well, certainly not under the current circumstances, under the current climate. If you don't like what I'm saying, I'm tough. I'm just calling it as it is. I'm not trying to, offend anybody. If you've been holding AMC for however long and you think it's still going to squeeze, good luck to you. I hope it does, but realistically, it ain't. Yeah, we looked at that a little bit earlier, Greg. So this was one of the stocks that I was talking about earlier that's worth putting on the watch list. If you're watching on YouTube, Greg, you'll see that IMMX is on one of the short the watch list screens at the bottom. One of the 4 smaller charts is IMMX. So I put that on there because it did move up. It's got a decent catalyst, clinical trials. There's a significant amount of short interest as well, so that potentially could squeeze. It went up to 250, got rejected, came all the way back down, and right now it's trying to break $2. How bullish am I for 2023? I don't care, Alistair, if I'm being completely honest. I want a bull market. I'd like a bull market and get back to the hot days, but I've shown this year that I can actually be profitable and trade well enough to 7 figures in a bear market, which I'd never done before. So as long as we've got trending markets, as long as there's volatility, I'm not bothered whether it's bullish or bearish. There's always going to be something moving, and I prefer to go long, so I prefer kind of bullish activity. The problem that we've had over the last, say, 2.5 months is that the lack of liquidity in a lot of these markets, a lot of these lower float stocks, the lack of liquidity, so that we've had volume for initial pump, and then once people get on it and start holding it for a continued move up, there's nobody else trading it, so the liquidity dries up and it just doesn't sustain. So we've not had those continuation moves, particularly at the bell. Gap and go is one of my favorite strategies to trade, and we've had the gappers, but they've kind of just fizzled out at the bell and not really gone on to break highs and go parabolic. Those parabolic movers at the bell have just been few and far between this last couple of months. I had quite a number of them in the summer, but we've just not had them in this last couple of months. Morning to you as well. Well, I say we've not had them. We've had like isolated incidents, and we can count them on your fingers on one hand. I wouldn't say Grinder didn't go parabolic. I wouldn't say that, because it certainly did. We had Micro Algo went parabolic yesterday. We had a few stocks have gone parabolic. It's just they're not. If I go back 12 months, December last year, we could have had 3 or 4 stocks going parabolic across the day. So you weren't short of trading. I got on one stock yesterday, and if I hadn't seen it, I would have missed it. And it wasn't a great deal of anything else moving. I managed to get 17,000 out of that one stock, and if I'd missed that one, I would have finished red on the day, because I didn't trade Micro Algo, and this was as dangerous as it was opportunistic. So if you didn't get in on Micro Algo on the front side of the move, you would struggle to make money on the backside. So I've got to be bullish in terms of my own equity position for 2023. As for the market, I think it's probably going to be Easter. Alistair, coming back to your original question, I think it's going to be Easter before we actually see the end of the bear market. Me personally. Can I see alerts for day trading? Yes, I can see my alerts right now. I've got my Benzinga scanners set up. So I've got, can you set alerts? Yeah, absolutely. So I can set alerts on either on the chart, on the platform, or I can set them on Benzinga. I can get price alerts on Benzinga as well, and I can get them to either give audible alerts, or I can get them to hit my just come up with a flash up. But I can set alerts. So, for example, I've got an alert on my Dash Trader right now, which it pulls up a copy of the NYSE opening bell at the open. So that's a timed alert. But you can set alerts and similar kind of audible alerts. You can have alerts on a stock, or you can actually record your voice and say, okay, I'm going to play this particular message when a particular stock hits a particular price, and when it does that, you might say, go to Tesla when it hits the trigger is when it hits 150. You might have an alert. It's your own voice, and you'll have alert, and it's a little WMV file, and you'll then play that alert, and it'll pop up, say, go to Tesla now, and you can do that. The scanners on Dash Trader aren't great. They're not great at all. They're akin to the kind of free scanners you're going to get with a FinViz or something. They're not great. I prefer the real-time scanners that I'm getting from Benzinga. Much better. And you can get add-ons. You can get plugins. So I think Trade Ideas, you can get a Trade Ideas plugin into your Dash Trader, but you've got to pay for that plugin, and there's ways to set that up. I've not actually done it myself, but I believe that's possible. But I prefer to, like I say, I've got a window here with all my scanners and alerts, which is good enough for me. I've got my window of all my scanners and alerts and things that are moving right there. I've got my trading window there. I've got my watch list window there, and then I've got my YouTube and streaming stuff all over here. So that's my 4 windows taken up. I think I'm going to have to take a quick bio break. Oh, that's good. Sorry about that, Doji. So Doji Dude went on to my yesterday's trade recap on YouTube, thinking it was the live stream. So yeah, listen to Alistair. Get that like count up. I need 3,000 likes, otherwise the Cho starves. Okay. Do you really want to see that poor little thing starving? Look at the state of that shaved belly. Little tubby monster that she is. Come on, get the like count up, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. Tap the screen 10 times. Needs a push. We need at least 3,000 likes on TikTok. We need at least 20 likes on YouTube. That's what you're doing. She gets a treat every time we reach the like target. So if you want to feed the Cho, the shaved bear, as it is, feed the shaved bear and hit the like count. Okay, guys, that's what you're doing. She's not been well. She's had an operation, so she needs those likes. She needs those treats. Don't be stingy with the likes. You're not hurting me. You're hurting the bear. Right, just going to be bio break. I'll be back in a second. Just remember, I'm just a fat guy on the internet. Hit that like button, guys. Tap the screen 10 times if you're watching on TikTok. Good morning, Thomas. Let's have a look at, is this a Head and Shoulders? Yes, I would say that's a clear Head and Shoulders. Shoulder one, on the 1 minute for sure. On the 5 minute even. So let's look at it on the 5 minute. Zoom out. Yeah, that's a clear Head and Shoulders. You've got shoulder one, so you swing high, pull back, swing higher high, pull back, swing high again. There's shoulder, there's your head, there's your shoulder, and that's usually a bearish sign. These usually typically break down. There's about reliability rate of about 86%, so it's quite reliable, a head and shoulders. So this is shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. So I'm particularly if it breaks below the VWAP on this one right now, I'll be very bearish. And it might not break all the way down to kind of 420, but you're probably going to get a pullback here. Now they're not 100%. I will caveat that. No pattern is 100%, so you have to manage your risk. But what you typically would do on this is, as you reach the neckline here, which is pretty much where the VWAP is, you would set your risk at the top of the shoulder. So you put a 50-cent risk. Your entry potentially, these are not stock picks, I'm just talking on the pattern. These are not signals, just talking on the pattern here. You would short this as it broke the VWAP here at 520. And you will put a 50-cent risk on this, 570 you get out. So that's typically how you would trade a head and shoulders pattern, and you'd look for the depth of the pattern as your target. So 610, I'm eyeballing this, of course, 610 to kind of 5. So you look for a whole dollar. You've got a 50-cent risk, and you're looking for a whole dollar move, which just so happens to be that 2-to-1 golden ratio that you've been looking for on most. So I would say that's a head and shoulders, not so much an inverse head and shoulders there, Alistair, but not the way I'm looking at it, at least on the 5-minute. Shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. If we look at the 1 minute, yeah, we're not. I'm not seeing an inverse head and shoulders either there. So this is the shoulder, head, shoulder. That's what I see anyway. So yeah. Good morning, Julie. Good to have you. Well spotted, Steve. I do believe that is a head and shoulders. Okay, so we've got a little under half an hour, just over 25 minutes left before the bell. It's a quiet morning so far. There's a few movers, but nothing really jumping out. So just hold your horses today. Be patient. Be aggressive when the time comes to be aggressive, but be patient until that time does arrive. I'll take a look at SoFi. I've not looked at SoFi for a couple of weeks. So SoFi 460. Not much in terms of range or volatility at all with SoFi. It's kind of choppy, if anything. It's not moved much at all over the last week. So ranging kind of about 30 cents, 35 cents range over a week. So it digs back in mid-November, early November, it was up at $6. But over the last week or so, it's just been ranging around that kind of 450 level, give or take 15 cents. ATR currently 1 cent, which tells you a lot. The ATR, when you've got a spread that's bigger than the ATR, it tells you pretty much don't try to day trade it. So right now we've got a 2 cent spread, 3 cent spread, but a 1 cent ATR. So you need an ATR that's bigger that's going to cover your spread, because if your spread's bigger than the ATR, it means that the volatility there's not enough volatility for you to make a profit. You need multiple candle frames, so you're going to have to increase your hold time in order to make a profit. And the longer you're holding a position in a consolidation mode, the greater exposure that you're having, and it's increasing your risk that you have to manage. So SoFi at the moment, Ian, there's nothing going. The range between the bid and the ask is actually bigger than the ATR at the moment. So just be careful with that. Amira sideways. She's just gone and grunted, and she's not happy with you guys. She's grunted and got on the sofa for us. You'll probably hear her snoring in a little while. She's jumped on the sofa. She likes going to sleep on the sofa when I'm here. So AMC, yeah, we're talking about AMC. I hope you're not holding. Again, this is another one that I'm talking about. We've got an average true range of a little over a cent, which is pretty much in line with the spread. So we've got a spread of between 1 and 2 cents. We've got an average true range of 1 cent. So at the moment, there's nothing happening with AMC. It's just sideways. There's not a lot of people trading it either. When you think about AMC and how volatile it's been and how liquid as a stock it's been over the last 2 years, 300,000, 400,000 shares traded with 10, 20 minutes before the bell opens. That's very relatively low volume for AMC. So there's not a lot going on there. Not at the moment. But it's not to say that AMC can't have a good day and kind of get up. If it does a 25% move, 30% move, it could get up to what, 850 potentially. Unlikely, but potentially. Let's have a look at the overall market. It's very sideways at the moment, so I'm just looking at the 15-minute. This is what we got with the CPI data came out, and I was trying to trade this, but this popped up, retraced pretty much the whole move. So that CPI data, whilst it was initially well received by the market, it didn't sustain, which is unusual. But the market, it can be irrational longer than I can stay solvent, that's for sure. But don't try and second guess the market. That's the lesson from yesterday. What happened with the head and shoulders pattern? Let's go back and find out, shall we? Oh, we're still not broke out yet. We've not hit the trigger. So this is the head and shoulders here. I was talking about the head and shoulders here. We've got shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, and the trigger is down here about I said 520-ish. We've been as low as 525, so we've not hit the trigger. I said the VWAP will be a good trigger. We've not hit the trigger, so this head and shoulders pattern hasn't yet hit the trigger. Doesn't mean it's gone yet, because it's not. What will happen here is we might get an extended shoulder, an extended arm, if you will. If it goes up and breaks highs here, a swing high over 575, the pattern's ruined, and it's not going to. Well, I'm not saying it's not going to, but it's no longer a head and shoulders pattern. Right now, we had a little bit of move up to 550 wick on this candle here, and it's moving back down again. So there's still potential for here for the head and shoulders breakdown rather. So it's not fallen yet. This is micro algo. It probably will before the bell or at the bell, but that's just my opinion. I'm just a fat guy on the internet. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it well. I don't like this tune. It's white noise. So we're testing that previous resistance of $16 that we've had a couple of times already this morning on RNA, so Avidity Bioscience. Moving up, trying to test the $16 level. We're getting a nice large volume candle, trying to break that $16. So we've got, I'm not seeing a huge seller wall. But we have, there we go, there's the break. Now it needs to hold that level, maybe come back test the support, or move on to higher highs now. Yeah, VLON's not done much. So that's pulling back a little bit. I'll keep my eye on that one. It's on the watch list. I've got it on the watch list here. So I'll just check this for you while you're asking. It's below the VWAP right now. This is Valon Pharma. When it did pop up at kind of 7 a.m., it's been selling off since then. So this is what it's been looking like. We got quite a few volatile spikes here. I don't know if that was algorithmic or just volatility, but the generic path is downwards at the moment. It's below the 200 EMA. It's below the VWAP. VWAP's a good intraday trend indicator. So if you're not familiar with the VWAP, it's the volume weighted average price, VWAP. It's a very good indicator, technical indicator to have on your chart, because it tells you what direction the stock price is moving. So if it's below, the price action like this right now is below the VWAP, it's bearish. If it's above the VWAP, it's bullish. So back here, let's zoom back in here. We're re-breaking $16. This time it should we should get a little bit of a little bit of a breakout. So if it breaks $16 again, we could be at the races with this one. Not quite enough. I'm not seeing really enough. Volume's died out a little bit, so I want to see a bit more volume coming in. Two big candles, one up, one down, following each other. Here's a question for you guys. Would you like me to? And it was I thought it was boring last time. But I'm happy to do it if you want me to do it, and that's stream the FOMC press conference live, Powell's speech and everything else with regards to the Fed rate hike at 2:30. Let me know if you want me to stream that, and then if I'm streaming that for 2:30, I'll then go on and do a power hour stream for the following hour, for the last hour of the market. So let me know if you want me to stream the FOMC, or you'd be more interested in just having a power hour stream instead. The S&P 500 trying to go green, and if you want to cut that, basically tells you everybody that you're one of the guys in the community, one of the complete head cases in my community. Get it yourself off to the merch store. Get yourself a nice little I Trade with Tony coffee mug, or get yourself a nice warm hoodie. Winter weather's here, Christmas weather. Get yourself a lovely warm weather hoodie. Of course, I'm not the only fat guy on the internet, but I'm the main fat guy when it comes to day trading. I totally agree with you, Jack. I think I might be washing my goldfish. I think I prefer to be washing my goldfish. But look, if people want to see the FOMC conference, then by all means, I'll do it. I mean, I think there's only one person said, yeah, I'll definitely turn up for that. But I've streamed the last two, and they've both been boring as hell. It's just Powell. He's one of those people that he starts talking, and it's like the human equivalent of morphine. You know, if you're in pain, watch him in a conference. He's just going to wipe you out. I think there might be some lint that needs sweeping from under the dryer. Well, that's probably important. I might check on Alistair's counting just to see if he got it right the first time and count those perforations in the tea bags. Make sure I've got enough perforations in my tea bag. So I would say we've not had any really bad results, CRH. The whole point, I don't guarantee, the whole point of people that take the Day Trade with Tony course and become part of the community, it's not about guaranteeing profitability. It's about teaching a methodology and a psychology of trading. And once you've done that, what comes after that, it's up to you to get profitable. It's up to you to employ that in your own strategies and tweak it for your own mentality so that you can be profitable. Now, it has helped a few people get profitable, and I'm sure they will comment. They're in the chat as it stands right now, CRA. So a few of the students, if they want to comment how it's helped them with their profitability, that's up to them. I don't keep track of their profitability. All I do is I keep I'm there to mentor and help them. Every single one of them's having red days. They have problems with the red days the same way as I do, and that's something that a lot of people struggle with. You have a big red. Yesterday in particular was a doozy, because people that were trading this particular BITCH micro algo, it got in too late. They chased the momentum, succumbed to FOMO, got in too late, and weren't able to cut it. So they put stops in place, and they got like $20 slippage on the stock, which is, you know, not uncommon when you've got a stock of this kind of volatility. And one person had didn't have their account wiped out, but they lost 75% of their equity trading that. That's a lesson in its own right. So you've got to be able to take that on the chin and realize that I need to trade that better. I need to trade that in a different way, maybe not going in so heavy and so aggressive when I'm chasing something that's so volatile and so far extended. So a lot of what I'm teaching in the course is the basics of trading, as I say, psychology, methodology, the patterns, and you know, how to trade, what you're looking for. But the psychology of trading, there's no substitute for actually practicing in simulator. And I recommend everybody does that for 3 to 6 months before they put money on the line. If you're not practicing a simulator, the likelihood is you're going to lose whatever money you put into an account. If you can't be profitable in a simulator, you're not going to be profitable with real money. Simple as. Come on, guys, get the 3,000. That poor Cho's had a torrid time of it this last few days, and you're too stingy to give her a couple of taps on the screen so she can actually have a treat. That says a lot about you guys. It really does. What's happened to the followers that were with me? Where's Matt and Edison? They were guaranteed to get me over 3,000 likes. It just helps with the algorithm, if I'm being completely honest. You get the like count up, it pushes the stream out to more people as a suggestion, because it sees the algorithm sees the stream as an interactive stream that people are engaged with, and it pushes it out to more people. Right, there's nothing else moving. PXMD, let's have a quick look at that one for 225. It's popped up. Now, it popped up on very low volume, so that moved from 215 to 225, so it's a 10-cent move and no volume at all. There's no range on this. just under 2-cent range. So this is IKEA. Summit Therapeutics, again, the range isn't there. So what we're looking for here, so why am I looking at stocks and not taking a trade when they're clearly moving up? I'm looking at stocks that I need volume, I need volatility, and I need a good catalyst, ideally. Now, I'll take a sector strength as a catalyst if I have to, but I need volume and volatility. But I'm seeing a stock that's moving up, and it might be up at this moment in time. Let's say it's up 10%, but the average true range is 1 cent. It means there's no volatility. So I can't trade that. There's not enough volatility to trade that. We need to be getting stocks that are moving across multiple candles on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, whatever it is. It needs to be moving at a reasonable rate of volatility, and it needs to be exhibiting a trend. Right now, Summit Therapeutics is sideways. We've got half the candles below the VWAP, half the candles above the VWAP, and it's ranging in between. So it's just sideways. So we can't trade that either. RNA was, so it tested $16. We didn't get the hold. It moved up. Wanted it to test it as support and then move up and break a new high. It didn't. So then we got the sell-off. Let's have a look at microalgo. Okay, so now's the point where I would say the head and shoulders, the neckline's been triggered. Effectively, we've got the neckline now. So we've brought the VWAP, we're underneath the VWAP, 520 is where I said the neckline is. So that was microalgo. I'm not trading it. It is short sale restriction on this, so it's difficult to short it, but that would have been an entry for a short position. If it wasn't short sale restricted, where you've not got there's no selling on the bid when it's short sale restricted, so or no shorting on the bid. You can sell if you've got a position, but you can't short it on the bid. So that's the problem with microalgo right now. It's short sale restricted, so whilst you've hit the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, getting in, you're going to have to be patient to get in. Difficult to get in. Good morning, Aidem up. You're welcome, CRH. I'll keep an eye on that one for the move further down. Probably will get below $5 on this move down, but we'll see. Primera, it's ranging sideways at the moment, and yeah, so there's not a lot moving. This was an IPO last week. I think it was. No, it was a big mover last week. It wasn't an IPO. It was a big mover last week. Or was it Monday? Friday. Yeah, this was one that moved up silly amounts on Friday. Went from like 40 cents up to $4.50. So this one is now green on the day, 2.5%. Hitting the scanners. Moved 6% from a red position over the last 15 minutes or so. So over $2 now. So this is Ambrx Biopharma. She moved up 1,000% last Friday. Okay, let's see if she'll come and join us. Would you like a treat, Miyako? I know you're not asleep. You'll be snoring. Miyako. Patience. I've got to get you on camera. There you go. Fix your little ball. Need the chair. I don't think you'll get a second one until we go for a walk now, okay? They've been stingy today. We're not going to get 5,000, so Yeah, you can go ice down your finger. I think maybe today it's going to be worth waiting until after the FOMC conference to trade. Don't take a trade. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, okay? Don't take a trade just for the sake of trading. I'm terrible for taking boredom trades, and they seldom work out. I'm sitting on your hands and doing nothing is more profitable than taking a losing trade. I mean, it sounds like common sense. It sounds like it's obvious, but a lot of people will take that trade because there's nothing else moving. And they're kind of just trying to trace what little momentum there is in the market. There isn't very much momentum at all in the market, so at the moment. So that's a good question. Maybe I should do that. Get a live stream, feed the chow. Well, took us the whole stream, pre-market stream, to get to 3,000 today. Maybe I'd get one of those ring things and stream her live. Maybe I should put a camera, you know, there's like a GoPro, and put it on the dog and just have it streaming 24/7. The view of the dog, what the dog's doing, snoring. You just tune in at any time and watch a dog snoring. Probably get millions of followers with that. Probably get people tuning in watching the dog snoring 24/7. There's no accounting for interest. So we've got a minute. I'm going to change the scanners over because there's nothing really moving right now. I'm going to change the scanners over to the regular session and get ready for the bell. Finish my cup of tea. "45 seconds to the bell." What else am I seeing worth chasing? Probably not a lot. Workday spiking up. Yes, I know, I get it. There's the bell. So I'll just watch now, sit and wait for something to move within my kind of price range. So the S&P 500, let's have a quick look at the market. S&P 500 trying to make a move upwards, get over 402. Went up to 410 yesterday, well, 414 on the SPY. And can't trade that. That's absolute tosh. So we're getting some volatility, but nothing really worth getting excited about right now. Just the lack of volume really is where we're actually at. We've got a couple of halts. Let's have a look at these halts. THRX. Yeah, you can't trade that. Not enough volume. And then we'll get Tron. That's halted to the downside on a growth. Again, no volume, so you can't trade that. Command. That's trade halted to the upside, but no volume. So this is a pattern that I'm seeing right now, is the lack of volume. You just can't trade it on 5,000 shares traded. You need a consistent amount of trading. Ambidextrous, Alistair? That's not what I heard the people calling you. No, she's gone back on the sofa. How dare we interrupt her from her slumber? So the S&P 500 is actually making good attempts to get bullish. So you may be able to trade some of these stocks in line with there. So like the likes of AMD moving up in line with the S&P 500. You'll get Nvidia as well. What about Wish? That's not so much. What about Netflix? So these are mid and high cap stocks tend to move with the market unless they've got a catalyst of their own. So getting a move up here with Wave Life. It moved up big yesterday. We've got a pre-market high. We've got a high yesterday, 509. Spike yesterday, should I say, 509. Not really got huge volatility for that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing the moves. Anybody seeing anything that's worth taking a look? Let me know. Patience is key here. So there's a saying in trading that's the money's made in the waiting, not in the trading. So just bear that in mind. That right now we're waiting for. We had a halt to the downside, so there you go. People that were asking, is the head and shoulders pattern reliable? Yeah, yes, it is. This is the whole point. So if I zoom out a little bit, you got the shoulder one, head, shoulder two, and then a bit of consolidation before it finally broke down. So yes, that is the head and shoulders pattern fulfilling its prophecy, and it's now halted to the downside. So make of that what you will. We're about approximately 86%, based on some of the statistics and the data that about 86% reliable is a head and shoulders and inverse head and shoulders. One of the reasons I do like to trade them. Now Wave Life broke that yesterday's high of 510. You're welcome in Malaysia. Yeah, it wasn't me that spotted that one, by the way. So which is why it's good to have this. I think it was Steve over on YouTube spotted the head and shoulders. This was a good spot, Steve. Well done. Have a look at Coinbase. Coinbase, yeah, it moved up nicely, up at 47, 4060s as a high, 47, got rejected at 4070, now back at kind of 4010s. Coinbase, so we're getting a bit of volatility. Not seeing much in terms of sustained moves. Yeah. So I want volatility and volume, and I'm not getting either of those at the moment. Well, there's a bit of volatility without the volume, and there's stocks that are just not moving. Right, so the markets are breaking highs now. So we're getting new higher days set by the markets. The Russell, the Qs, they're all breaking highs now. Wayfarer's up. Sunrun making good moves. That's halted, is it? No? Wave Life Science. Not really getting the volatility that I want. A sustained move. It's kind of choppy on the way up. It's moving up nice, but it is choppy on the way up. The spreads 4 cents. Yeah, it's not too bad. But 9 cents on the ATR, so it's only twice the spread, which is not ideal. There's not a lot moving. There's not a lot moving, get him. So again, I think you're absolutely right. I think a lot of people are waiting for Powell. We might just get some catalyst drop at a quarter to the hour or on the hour. So we'll bide our time. There's no panic just because stocks aren't moving up really, really well. IMMX, again, this has been very sideways. It needs to break this level. There it is. It's just broke the level. It's got another resistance level at 230, and then up here at 250. So it needs to break these levels. 230, 235, 230, and 250. I mapped out a couple of significant levels here before. Let's have a look. There's another halt. Volatility halt. Is it on any kind of volume? No. There's no volume at all. What did Chimera do? Sold off. RNA sold off. Yeah, so the top gappers pre-market all sold off. And this is what I've been saying, is that I like the gap and go strategy. Is one of my favorite strategies. But we had 3 contenders for a potential gap and go, and neither of them went. This is more of a gap and crap than a gap and go. So all 3 of them have sold off, and one of them into a downwards halt. So we might get a turnaround on these. By all means, keep an eye on it. Oh man, this is moving up really, really well. Very low volume, but it's moving up. So harmonic. Let's have a quick look. Is there a catalyst driving this? Where's my? Why would I get a Christmas tree when I'm not going to be here, Alistair? I've not even decorated. I've not even put the lights up for that very reason. I'm not going to be here. The only thing I'm seeing there for harmonic is analyst rating. Rosenblatt Securities have given it a buy rating. 69 million share float. Yeah, it's under that 100 million that I like to trade, but not really seeing anything. Nothing jumping out at me right now. This time. So nothing moved. So it took me until after 12 market time yesterday before I got a good mover. I was trying to trade a couple of things. I actually lost at the end of the day as well. I lost 650 bucks on Wave. It's pulling back. Game. Just moved up. So is that Engine Gaming? 120. Pet TV. Pet Vivo Holdings. You can't trade that. It's nothing worth trading at the minute. Ah, here we go. So Crown Electronics, 35 cents. Like these small, this is starting to get a bit of volatility in there. If you like these lower price stocks, moving up. So this is what I traded yesterday. Didn't start moving until after 12, and then I've got a double bottom. Look for the patterns. This is what set this one going. I got the double bottom, and it moved $5 off the double bottom breakout. So there's opportunities. This is Novelis, by the way. Not too long ago, the end of August, this was up at $180. It's now kind of $12. So go figure. Not a lot moving. So this is not the most entertaining stream. I do apologize. I can't control the market. If there's something that you want me to take a look at, let me know. I'll be happy to take a look at it. To Plug Power, launched out of the blocks. Had a good dollar move there. So it's currently 9% up on the day. As people that know me, I'm looking for volatility. I'm looking to get into something that's going to sustain. I want sustained volatility, sustained move trending, and really I'm looking at kind of 15% and above, 14-15% moves before I'm getting in. Some people might say, well, you've missed the move by then, but the way I look at that is if it's 15% up, the likelihood is it's going to continue. If it's a good catalyst and it's showing that signs of strength, it's going to continue and move up, and those are the kind of stocks that you want to go parabolic. This is pulling back now, so this is now under 8% up on the day. So Plug Power. So micro algo resumed, gap down. So we'll see how far this head and shoulders pattern breaks, or whether it moves back up again now. But you would have got the dollar. No, not quite. Not quite. You're looking for a dollar. 420 is the target, or would have been the target. You'd have got 50 cents. You've had a good one-to-one risk reward there, given that you're risking 50 cents. You put the stop at 570. You're risking 50 cents. You'd have made 50 cents. So now is the case of, okay, take a little bit off and see where the rest goes. Yeah, Mullen Automotive. Yeah, we're gonna skip past Mullen Automotive. It's garbage. Cytokinetic. Well, this is up at $42. Why? It's a good question. Well, we're getting new highs. I think it might just be in a halt there, but I'll take a look at that in a second. So cytokinetic. What's going on here that my machine's so slow today? That's a bit weird. So FDA AdCom gives thumbs down to cytokinetics heart failure candidate. So it's actually FDA refusal. This is now moving up for a figure. I think it'd sell off. But like I say, the market can be irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So let's go back to wave, because I saw that breaking highs. $573 is the high, so this breaks more high, a bit extended right now, so be careful. Bit of a pullback there, that's okay. It's what we will be looking for on this move. And then you don't mind the drop in volume either. If it's pulling back, it's actually a good sign that you get lower volume for the pullback, and then the move back up, break new highs, an increase in volume. Let's see. You owe me $650 from yesterday, Wave Life. Not really feeling this either, because it's just... Let's see. Are we going to get the break of the $0.50 here? $0.50 on the ask. Looking for the $0.50 on the bid. There we go. Locked in $75, a whopping $75. Not moving quick enough for me. I'll keep the $100 there. Base hits at the end of the day. I've taken a trade. It's not a zero trade day, and I'm green, so it's a green trade. What the hell is going on here? I'm going right. Throughout the week from the chaff. There we go. Yes, it's coming down all day. So did we get the 420 target? If you were shorting it from that head and shoulders, 438. Looks like still potentially could hit that 420 target. But right now I'll be like, okay, time to get out. Just take the profit. Take the 50 cents. Take the 50 cents instead of the whole dollar. Are we getting a head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders forming here? So we'll pull back down to our kind of 1425 and a move up. That could be a nice inverse head and shoulders. So we'll be looking for the break of the VWAP for a move back up. That's on Avidity Bioscience. We'll see. Yeah, well, patience and emotions, absolutely. Patience and emotions are probably the biggest enemies to being a profitable trader. Patience in particular. Emotions, it comes with practice. But the patience, I've never been a patient person, so that's always something I've always struggled with. I still do. So that's... yeah, so we're getting all the ETFs moving up really nice with the market. Yeah, well, I have been a patient. I've been in hospital loads of times. I was a rugby player. It was I used to be on first name terms with a lot of the nurses in A&E. Well, I dated a physiotherapist for a while as well, so that was part of the reason for that. Yeah, so IMMX is having a good day. It's now rejected at the $0.5 level, but this is 68%, 69% up on the day now. This is IMX Biopharma. It's got good clinical trials. It's now about to break that 250 level. Is the pre-market high from yesterday, or post-market high from yesterday. Oh, I'm right. It was pre-market high from earlier today. But 250 pre-market high. Got key levels here as well on the daily. 260, which I mapped out earlier. Well, there you go. Inverse head and shoulders. I called that out. Break of the VWAP was your entry. So there's shoulder one, there's the head, there's shoulder two. I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm damn good. Would have been better if I'd actually taken a position. Good 50-cent move there. Oh, 70 cent. But the pullback's usually good. But what's the dollar? Should get up to retest $16 on this if it does break out. So this is the problem with me. ADHD. If I was looking at that, just watching that inverse head and shoulders that you're getting here, nice inverse head and shoulders. Look for the breakout. I even called the breakout as well, and it would have netted me a nice little tidy profit. Now we're looking for the break of the $0.5. We've got the pullback. And the pullback all the way to the dollar. 15.50, pull back to the whole dollar. Now we're looking for the move back up. Wave Life still up there at 550s. Pretty much got out at the right place there, it looks like, unless it starts to break new highs. Pulled all the way back to the VWAP. I don't say manipulation times direction trades. You watch with the news. So, for example, we had the inflation data. The consumer price index dropped at 8:30 yesterday, and stocks all moved on the back of it. We're going to have the FOMC rate hike, which will impact the stock market and the stocks that are listed at 2:30 today. So those events, you've got to watch those, what I call macroeconomic events that impact the market, not just a particular stock. And let's see what if we get a good rate hike. If it's a lower rate hike than expected, so at 50 base points, you'll see a market rally, or you should see a market rally. If it's more than that, you'll probably see the market crash or sell off at least. So we're looking for the break of the $0.5 here. We got 55 on the ask on that candle. We're getting spreads are approximately 9-10 cents. Yeah, check out the Linktree direction, and I will get back. I'll get back to. I'll take it. I got your mail, by the way. I've just not checked out your website, so I'll check out that when I get a free moment, and yeah, I'll get back to you on that as soon as I can. So it's finding a bit of trouble at the $0.5 here, but we should be okay. Add to the position for the move back up. I'm looking for 60, 1560 on the bid. $50 currently. High of day is 57. We're looking for at least 60 on the ask. There's the 60. A little bit slower than I would like, but I'm gonna lock in half of that. Why not? Because why not? Just gonna whap in a 10-cent trailing stop there. Let's see where this takes us. If it takes us up to 16 bucks here. 10-cent trailing stop in place. 5,000 shares. Can we get a break of $16 here? This is a nice trade. There we go. 2.5 grand. 2,500 on that trade. I'll be happy with that. A little bit of a pullback. I thought I might get a bit of resistance at the whole dollar. Quarter, half, and whole dollars. Very psychological levels. You've got to be prepared to take profits at those levels or even exit. So that's effectively the start that we wanted on the day. It's taken us half an hour to get a trade to do it, but hey, look, 2.5 grand in half an hour's waiting. from the bell? By anyone's stretch of the imagination, that's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Any green trade is a good trade. Don't mind this pullback. High of this candle is 83, so I want to see the break and hold above $16. I'm not going to get in for the break of $16 because the last time it did, it went up to a kind of $16.20 and then pulled back. We just broke $16. I want it to hold a support now at $16. The high of this candle is $16.10. So now it's pulled back at that. Look back at this candle here pre-market, when it broke $16, it went up to $16.19, rejected, and pulled all the way back down to kind of below $14. So we don't want to see a repeat of that, because what we've effectively got is a double top here at $16.10, $16.20, $16.15, whatever. There's a bit of a double top here. So we want to see it breaking above that before we get in again. It's bit of continued momentum on the way up would be good. But that inverse head and shoulders was a great breakout. I missed the entry on it, as I say, looking at other things. But it's a lovely little breakout. You got to hear, I told you the VWAP, or kind of 1475, and I called that out, and then it moved up. So let's see what it does at the whole dollar. Does it get rejected again? I don't mind it testing it a couple of times before finally breaking. If we get a bit of a flat top here, ascending wedge into a flat top, again, that's another pattern I like to trade. Very bullish pattern. So if what's known as coiling under the resistance level. So if it tests 16 a couple of times, we're looking for right now we're looking for the break of the quarter dollar, ideally, because we want that confirmation. And what I want to do is I want to see it break 16, potentially come back, test it as support, or have a bit of a pullback and move on to higher highs. Right now, if we look at this on the 5 minute, you can see what I'm talking about here. So we've got this level here that it just broke above, which is the $16 level, and it's support and resistance isn't to the cent. It's always an area. So as you can see here, we've got $16 to the cent there, and we've got a little bit here which is it's not quite met it. This one, it's gone over it. There it's to the cent. This one, it's gone over it, and so it's the $16 area that's it's finding resistance at. Yeah, I'm not sure it's weak enough to short. It's above the I don't like shorting stocks above the VWAP, particularly when they're trending like this and it's testing a high, testing a key level. We do have previous at this level as well. It is a key level. Back in July, it was support, and it was resistance at this level back in September, October, and support for that matter, just ranging at this level. Previously, we've got $17 as a key level after this as well. So let's DocuSign, make breaking highs. DocuSign having a good day, 5% up on the day. So what I would not, with low float stocks, low float, low cap stocks, I'm normally looking for about 14-15% move before I'm considering it bullish. With the mid and high cap stocks, it's really 5%. If it's up 5% or more, then you know it's moving in a bullish manner. So this is almost 5%. So this is DocuSign. You know it's having a good day if it's moved, these mid and high cap stocks, if they've moved 5% or more. But then you look at the S&P 500, this is breaking highs again. The S&P 500 is almost half a percentage point up. That's what the chat's there for, direction. So what you're talking about with the PVSRA, I've got volume by price here, which it shows me basically where the price action is being taken, and where the bags are being held, etc. In relation to it's a percentage of the shares traded. It's not it's in terms of the volume. You've not actually got a ticker here that says how many shares. So as we get more shares traded, then these candles get less and less, because it's a percentage, as you can see. Volume by price. It's sector trades. It's market strength. So this is moving up with the market. So DocuSign is just having a good day with the market. Let me have a quick look to see if it does have an individual catalyst on top. I don't think so, but it might well do. But the market's moving up, and certain stocks will move with the market. Some will have move with the market and have an exaggerated move. So it's almost like a leverage move. I have to be honest, my Chrome is very slow today. Breaking highs though. All right, it does have a catalyst. So Vail Resorts, DocuSign, and a home building stock trading 9 times earnings on CNBC's final trades. So they've featured on CNBC. That's why it's moving up. It's not a strong catalyst. This is a mid cap, so it's not really the level I do like to trade. So I like to trade stocks under 100 million float. This is nearly 200 million, 198 million on the float here. It's not heavily short. It's like just over 5%, 5.5% short. DocuSign. It's having a good day. It's quite a liquid stock as well. Where did we get with RNA? We pulled back, so we've now got a flag formation. We've got this downwards channel forming. We've now got a flag formation, so we could be looking at the higher time frames. I would say a little bit of a doji there on the 2-minute. So 85 could be a decent. Well, if I was to draw a couple of ray lines here, you'd see that I'm talking about here, and then I'll duplicate that. We've got downwards parallel channel, okay? Pretty much on the money. Downwards parallel channel. These typically break upwards. You've got a couple of wicks outside the channel, but overall it's just trading in this parallel channel downwards. So this should break upwards. Let's see. I'm just going to watch this. I'm not going to trade this particular one because I'm just not feeling it. But watch this break upwards. There you go. Just broke out of that channel. If the candle closes outside that channel, you'll see a continuation. Throwing a wick is one thing. Closing above so we've got 4 seconds. Right, you see a continuation there. There you go. I'm not saying I'm a good trader. I'm not saying I'm the best trader, but you know, top three for sure. And this is why it's good to be able to. I don't have to draw these lines. I'm drawing these lines for kind of illustration purposes here. So I saw this downwards parallel channel here, and this typically breaks upwards. A downwards parallel channel is an upwards break. An upwards parallel channel is a downwards break. Particularly, it works stronger if it's in a trend in the direction you want it to move. So this is trending upwards. It's above the VWAP. You get the move up. You get the parallel channel, and then you get the breakout, and that's what, a good 80-cent breakout there. So I'm kind of now kicking myself for not trading that. But look, just showing the power of technical analysis, a whole dollar move. Now you wouldn't trade this, you wouldn't jump in chasing this. You're now waiting for a pullback and a continuation. You don't chase the momentum, you wait for the pullback. But I've just missed a whole dollar move there by giving you guys a free lesson on technical analysis. So I hope you appreciate it. Now we've got a very key level at $17. The realized and unrealized is when I've closed the trade. Unrealized is when the trade is still open. So as the price is fluctuating, the unrealized will fluctuate with that. So unrealized profit it'll move up with the price action. A realized is you've locked it in, you've closed the trade, you've taken a trade, you've closed it, and that's your locked in profit. It's realized profit. Unrealized is the potential of profit or losses based on the price action from where you actually bought in. So RNA's moved since that head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders here. We had this one shoulder, head, another shoulder, and then the move up. It actually went down below $14. It's now tapping $17. That's a $3 move. Over $3. You think 5,000 shares on that, and you just held, you're 15 grand up. So I'm in 1709. I got in for the break of the $17. So now it needs to hold $17 instead of pulling back. This is a key level. On the daily, this has been a key level, $17. Been rejected on the daily on about 5 or 6 times since September, $17. $0.35 on the ATR. See the volatility on this? Big volatility. Rebreaks, I'll add to the position if it rebreaks $17 with any kind of volume. Let's see this at 17.50 today, will be nice. got in a little bit higher, so 17.10 with that purchase. Looking for 17.20, 17.27, 28, 17.30. And we'll lock a bit more in. Once again, put a 10-cent trailing stop in place. We'll put 17.29, 17.34 on the stop. I think this is I think I need to put a wider stop. Well, I'm over goal, so there we go. Get in, get green, get over goal, get out. And that's what I'm done. I'm $5,000 in today, so that's $5,000, and we're just coming to the quarter past. I'm still thinking this is going to go up, break $18, but that's a nice quick trade there. Sorry if you were shorting that Klaatu, but if you're using the Ross philosophy of adding to the short as it moves higher, good luck with that. And yet, potential infinite losses. I tried a similar strategy to the long side yesterday, and or was it Monday? I can't remember. Monday, I think it was. No, yeah, it was Monday. Tried a similar strategy to the long side on Monday, and it didn't work. Cost me about 15 grand. So eventually, it's going to. If you've got unlimited funds, it's a good strategy. But eventually, you're going to come a cropper, because if you've not got unlimited funds, you're going to end up in too much water, underwater, too heavy. Particularly on when something like Friday, for example, and something moves 1,000%, 10x, goes from 40 cents up to $4.50, $4.60, whatever it was. A lot of people would have been shorting that and got scores out of it. But the reality is that it still has. So the thing is, if you're doing that strategy to the long side, the worst case scenario is you're getting 100% loss. To the short side, you're gonna, because the long side, the most it can do is lose everything and go to zero. But to the short side, it can double in price. That's 100% loss. It can triple in price. That's 200% losses. And if you're on margin, it's even. If you're on leverage, it's even more. So shorting it is always. I'm always wary of shorting a strong stock. Shorting weak stocks, yes. Shorting strong stocks that are exhibiting a strong upwards trend like this is, for me, is always risky business. But if you reversals can work very well. Rather than shorting it, wait for the actual reversal indicators. What I would say are exit indicators. So what you're looking for are the devil horns. You're looking for the upwick doji. You've just got one there, an upwick doji, which is a potential. If we break new highs now, it's negated. But there we go, new highs. So there we go. That's a stop. I don't want to be setting a stop. Okay. I just missed another whole dollar move there. Get the pullback. I missed the pullback. I wanted the break of $18, but my hotkeys were on the stop instead of on the buy, on the limit order, so it didn't get me in. I was looking for the break of $18. Now we're getting a nice pullback, 75-cent pullback. How's it going, Deep Hall? We're over goal. We're over goal. We're having another good green day. So 5,000 up today. Ideally, want to be doubling that, but we'll see. We've got an upwick doji. Another upwick. Those are two reversal indicators. Well, that's another upwick. So potentially, this might not be a bad area to short. I'm not going to short it because, as I say, I still think it's strong. I still think we're going to get over $19 on this one, but I'll wait for the confirmation before getting in. Hang on a minute, we're getting other stocks breaking highs as well. So we're getting wave is testing. It's a nice flag formation on WVE. So take a look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful flag formation here, which is the narrowing triangle. This is your flagpole, and this is your flag in the wind. Narrowing triangle, but this typically would break upwards. It's about 3-to-1 effective. It's about 77% reliable formation like this. It'll break upwards. So now you're looking for a break of 590 for the breakout 6, maybe 610. And yeah, so potentially you could get 620 on that one or something like that. But yeah, so nice little flag formation here. So we're getting, again, we're getting this pullback here. So bit of consolidation, retracement to $18. Needs to hold $18 if it's going to move back up. Now we're looking for 1850 as the next next move back up. Hope you're enjoying the stream today, guys. So we're getting okay, so we're just talking about this flag here. Now it's, once it breaks 590, it's going to move up and break $6 and possibly look, I'm not saying I'm a great trader. I'm not saying I'm a good trader and I can read the charts like an open book, but I just called that out like less than 2 minutes ago. Called out the breakout level of this beautiful flag here. Called out what you were looking for in terms of entry. Again, up to 610, possibly 620. Take your initial profit at 610. You've got a 20-cent move there, and then you're looking for 620, 625 with the rest. And you get out at the whole dollar. If it pulls back below the whole dollar, you get out for a nice little profit there with the rest of it. So what you do is you got in there at 590. You ride that up to 610 as the minimum, your first target. You take half your position off, and then you ride the rest up. So I'm not saying that I'm a good trader. I'm not saying that you can learn from me, but look, I just called that out. I mean, if you want to learn how to do that, if you want to learn how to trade and read those patterns, read these breakouts, if you want to learn how to do that, this is what you've got to do. Okay, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. You need to come here. Where are you? You need to come here. If you're on YouTube, you don't have to come here. You can just go into the description on YouTube. But if you're on Twitch or TikTok or Twitter or ShareVision, you're watching that here, you need to come here to my link tree. So my link tree is linktree/TikTok Trader, and the address is up there on the left hand side in Twitch and ShareVision and the rest. It's in this is the link tree in my profile in TikTok. So check this out, and you can learn to trade with me, mentorship from me, and I will help you learn how to trade the similar kind of strategies that I do. I wouldn't recommend anybody be as aggressive as I am unless you have an appetite for that, but I'll teach you the strategies and the methodologies that I use consistently to be consistently profitable. Now, if you come here, not only do you get access to the education course, the day trading course, which will teach you the principles of day trading and how to day trade. You get full access to the Day Trade with Tony Discord, where we're throughout the day we're calling out what we see, we're calling out the patterns that we're seeing. Of course, it's not signals or alerts, it's not telling you when to get in. You've got to use what I teach you on the course to make your own decisions on the entries and exits, but it helps you in terms of sorting out the wheat from the chaff in terms of potential stocks to trade or potential patterns to trade. There's over 20 hours of lecture material. It's really is an absolute steal. There are a bunch of people on the chat right now that would verify that as well and totally agree, because quite frankly they've taken the course as well. It's going to cost you $120 US plus whatever your local tax is. So here in Ireland, it's 146 US dollars. So if you budget on anywhere between 120 pounds or 150 euros, that's how much it's going to cost you to get access, get full access to all of the content. And that will help you be able to identify those exact same patterns that I've just been calling out on the live stream, and identify the exact triggers and entry points, and also the reversals and exit indicators as well. If you was talking about the stocks to trade, where I find these stocks to trade, how did I know that Wave Life Science was moving up? How did I know that RNA was moving up? Well, Benzinga. That's what tells me what's moving and out. What does Benzinga look like? Well, this is what Benzinga looks like. So this is still in for pre-market now. I've got, normally these are the two scanners that you see on the live stream. So I've got them popped out so that the live stream will pick them up. But this is what you see on a daily basis, okay? So this is my gap scanner, tells me what's moved the most since yesterday's close. This is my momentum scanner, it tells me what's moving the most right now. This is my surging scanner. This is in real time, and you can see that the numbers are changing and how much it's moving over the last hour, the last 30 minutes, the last 15 minutes, the last 5 minutes. So this is my surging scanner, and I can tell exactly what stocks are. I've got signals coming out here: price spike activity, volatility levels, halt resumptions, day high series. I've got a number of different things. I can go for lows, day lows, opening gaps. There's a lot of different things that I can filter in here as well. Rolling news. So this is Benzinga. Go check out Benzinga for free. In my link tree, in the description, check out Benzinga for free. If you want to take a subscription, you can get it for as little as 170. The essential package is what I recommend. You can there's cheaper package. There's actually a free package, but it's delayed data. But the essential package is real-time data, and to get the moves as they're breaking, as they're happening, you need real-time data. You can get the essential package for as little as $117 a month. But if you use my code here, you'll get an additional 35% off that. So DTWT35. Check it out for free for 14 days. And if you like it, then subscribe and use my code to get a discount. I do get a kickback. I'm not going to lie, it is an affiliate link, but you see me, I use this on a daily basis. It's not something that I don't use myself. Same thing with TraderView. I use TraderView to analyze my stocks. If I look at TraderView right here, my TraderView journal, let's look at the reports here, and you can see the calendar here right now. This is my journal for TraderView. It's based on this year, by the way. So you can see I can go into December right now, and this is what I've done. I didn't trade last Wednesday. I'm trading today. I'm currently 5,000 up, which is my average. It's my goal, daily goal, which is why I'm okay with doing this before I end the stream. You can see that I'm 5,300 up today. I'm 5,200 is my average daily gain. So I am a profitable trader. I'm a consistently profitable trader. If I look at this from the win-loss expectation, if I look at it from a day's times point of view across the course of the year, you can see that Mondays are not usually my best day, but across the whole year. But you can see that Fridays I tend to do well. Performance by hour, performance by month. May, I actually lost money in real terms. But everything else, I've had a couple of really good 160k plus months over the summer. I took some time off in September, but already we've only been at it a week and a half in December. Well, no, today will be two trading weeks. So that's half a month, and we're over 50k already, and plus the 5. So we're doing okay across the course of the year. And of course, this takes us, what, 17k away from the 1.2 million. So this will take us 12k away from that 1.2 million. So this is let's say, go check out these links on the link tree. We'll be happy to have you in the community. Come join us. And if you're wondering how you get to the link tree from YouTube, don't worry about it. The links are all in the description of this live session on YouTube as well. So yeah, where am I? Here. So let's go back to the actual charts, shall we? Okay, so my Chrome, I need to just change this over on what's going on there. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so we're going to end the stream now. We're kind of finished on the day. So yeah, let's end the stream now, and we'll be back for the FOMC decision later, I guess. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys later, and I'm going to take mine up for a walk. Give us some more treats. Since you guys wouldn't do it, I'm going to have to treat them myself. And enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll do some more trading later, and hopefully I can get to 10k. I'm not promising it, but I'm going to wait for the right setup. So a couple of things pulling back. Wave Life Science pulling back a little bit. RNA is pulling a little bit off 20. I missed that move. So RNA. There we go. RNA actually moved whilst I was doing that. It moved up another $3 nearly. So this is pulling back a little bit now. This is the first real consolidation that we've had. We've not had a look at this on the 5-minute. We've not had a 5-minute red candle yet. It's due one. So right now, 5-minute red candle. We've got bottom of this. The close of this candle is imminent in the next 20 seconds. So now we're looking at a high here of 1972. I would say the break of $20, the retest of $20, but we'll see. In the meantime, enjoy your afternoon, and I'll be back on later. Catch you later, guys. I might be drinking, by the way, later, depending on how much I've made. So we'll see you later.